Hey everybody, it's Jamie from No Getting Off This Train, and in today's video I have 3 awesome breakfast recipes that you can make using Dollar Tree ingredients. So this video is actually a collaboration with Suzanne Ridgway from Lettuce Eats. I've got her channel linked below if you all would like to check her out as well. She has done the exact same video today. And once again, please read the blog post in the description before you leave a comment asking about the health quality and the cost efficiency of any of this food. Some people might disagree, but for me, breakfast is the most important part of my day because I wake up early. I also work out in the mornings. So after all that is said and done, I am starving. And there is nothing better than getting a huge, delicious breakfast to eat in the mornings. That's why I decided to make breakfast this time using Dollar Tree ingredients. I've done plenty of dinners. I've done a couple of desserts. I did a Dollar Tree Christmas brunch, but I haven't really done like actual breakfast foods. So today I put together 3 different breakfast ideas. I made ham and egg bagel sandwiches, I made French toast, and I also made some blueberry oatmeal cups. I tried to make sure they were all as nutritious as possible and still delicious and under budget. I did have to make a small change though, because as you may know, you may have a plan, but once you get to the store, like some things are just going to be out of stock. And that was the case with the eggs. Like every time I go to Dollar Tree, they always have cartons of eggs. But you know, the one time that I go there and try to record a video, they're completely out. So I ended up having to buy some eggs from Walmart. So hopefully you can forgive me because technically you can buy eggs at Dollar Tree. So just pretend that these are Dollar Tree eggs and it'll all be okay. All right, let me take you to my cart, show you everything I bought and what I made with them. Here is what my cart looks like. Like I said, I had to buy eggs elsewhere, but I was able to use the eggs and milk for 2 of these recipes. The first recipe that I bought stuff for was baked oatmeal cups. I was going to do just regular baked oatmeal, but the cups sounded more fun. So I got the quick oats, I have the frozen blueberries, and I have the pecan halves. I'll be using the milk and the eggs in that. Then my second breakfast is ham and egg bagel sandwiches. I bought these Ellie's Everything bagels. I've seen them there before, and I've had the regular bagels, and they're pretty good. I also bought some Bar S Deli smoked ham. These are really, really thin slices, but it serves 4. So it was perfect for the bagels because there's 4 in the package. I'm going to bake some eggs to go on those sandwiches. And then the last recipe is just a simple French toast with a berry sauce using the bread and then eggs and milk and the berries. So with all that said, let's get started on the breakfasts. So I simultaneously worked on the bagel sandwiches and the French toast at the same time. In a large muffin tin, I cracked 4 eggs in there. You can scramble them a little bit if you want to, but I like mine this way. Sprinkled some salt and pepper on top of them, and I baked them at 375 for about 15 minutes. While they were baking, I got the stuff for the French toast ready. Now my general rule of thumb is that for every 3 pieces of French toast, you use 1 egg and 1/3 cup of milk. And I believe there were 18 slices in there, so I used 6 eggs and I don't know, 2 cups of milk or a little bit less, I'm not sure. And then you don't have to use cinnamon and vanilla, but I had it at home and I think it goes really good in French toast. I mix all of that together. You just make it just like regular French toast. I've used my huge griddle here, which can fit up to 6 slices at a time, so it actually went by pretty quickly. Pretty soon, they were just about all done. While they were cooking, the eggs came out, and they don't look like they're done, but they actually are. They are just a little bit soft in the middle, but they are fully cooked. Now these bagels, I didn't realize that you had to actually cut it yourself. I think the other ones were like that too, now that I think about it. But I cut all the bagels in half, and then I added the ham on top. Now these are they're thin slices like I said, but they're also really big. So I folded them in half, put them on one side of the bagel, and then at this point the eggs had cooled a little bit, so I put 1 egg on each one as well. And I put them in regular sandwich bags. You can put them in regular containers. You could wrap them in plastic wrap. They'd probably freeze pretty well too. It's just sandwich bags was what I had at the time. But these will go in the fridge and we'll just pop them in the toaster oven when we're ready to eat them. And if you have sliced cheese at home, you could also add some sliced cheese in them as well. Here's what all the French toast looks like when it's done. It made a ton. There were like either 16 or 18 slices, so it's easily enough to last me and John like the entire week. So here's what the bagel sandwich looks like after I toasted it. As you can see, I did add some of my own sliced Swiss on top, and that was really, really good with it. But this breakfast could be paired with some fruit, like a banana or sliced apples. You could also, I don't know, have some yogurt or something on the side with it too. But this did actually make for a pretty good breakfast in and of itself. Now for the French toast, I made a berry sauce. All I did was put the bag of mixed berries in a pot and let it cook down. I've seen recipes where you can add like lemon juice and vanilla and a little bit of sugar. I just wanted to use the berries, that's all I bought. But I also used a little bit of a cornstarch and water mixture just to thicken it up a little bit. Once the berries were mostly heated through, I actually took a potato masher and I mashed down the berries a little bit to make it kind of more of a sauce rather than just big clumps of berries. Then after I did that, I added the cornstarch mixture to it, and it thickened up quite nicely. The bag actually says it serves 2, but I divided it into 4 different containers. I could have divided them into a few more containers, but I liked the amount of berry sauce to put on each one. So it wasn't enough for all of the servings, but it was enough for a few of them. It made it really good. And yeah, I didn't buy any syrup or anything, but if you had syrup, you could put it on top. I'm kind of weird in that sometimes I just don't eat syrup with my French toast or my pancakes. The berry sauce gave it just enough sweetness for me. And then the last recipe were these oat muffins. I was a little wary about making these because you use the quick oats to bake instead of regular rolled oats. And I know that it gives a different consistency. I had never baked with quick oats before. But I've got the recipe for this linked below so you can get all the exact instructions. But this was a super easy recipe. You just pour in the milk and the oats together. And I actually added a bit of cinnamon as well. And it only needs like 1 egg. You mix all of that together. And then I added in blueberries and that little package of pecans. I thought about doing like a big oatmeal bake, like in a big casserole dish, but I thought the muffins would be cuter. And I actually crushed up the pecans a bit because they were really big, and I figured it would make it go further because it was such a small package. Now I'm pouring the blueberries into a big cup because a few times when I bought blueberries before from Dollar Tree, it was like almost nothing but stems like at the bottom of the bag, and it was really gross. So I was just looking through here to make sure that didn't happen again, which thankfully it did not. Now, if you had any other extra items, extra nuts, or even some chocolate chips or something, you could add those in there as well. That would be really good. Then I just poured these into a regular muffin tin and I baked them for, I think it was like 25 minutes or so, and they came out perfectly. I was actually really surprised at how thick and dense they were when they were done. They were actually really good and probably my favorite breakfast of the 3 of them.
Then after a few minutes, I put them on the cooling rack just to cool before putting them in a large bag and sticking them in the fridge. Now I used 3 of these as a serving. Now this does not have any sugar in it at all. So I did pour a little bit of syrup on top. Feel free to add some honey or sugar inside it when you bake as well, but I thought this was perfect.
Leave me a comment and let me know which of these breakfast ideas was your favorite. To be honest with you, those oatmeal cups I think were the most surprising for me. I was not expecting them to be so dense and so delicious. And yes, it could have been better with some sugar in it, but the maple syrup I poured on top made it amazing. And as always, all of your feedback is essential in helping me to make the best videos I can for you. Can you leave me a comment and let me know your favorite breakfast? Can you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and ring that bell notification? And that way you guys can be notified when more videos like this come out, as well as my other grocery hauls, recipes, and meal planning tips. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you later.